Well, good evening, folks, and welcome back to that crazy house, which we call. Oh, gotta change one setting here. The crazy house that we call David, yeah, wrong channel, guys. Long day, wrong channel. Papa D. We have been a little late in getting this week's stream out. A lot going on in this world, not just the crazy house we call Washington, but a lot going on, and Let's Talk About It is back tonight. Going to be a little condensed version for a couple reasons. I've got another obligation on a separate deal that I have to get online with this evening, but we wanted to make sure we got this episode in, and we are going to endeavor to get the next episode in on time Sunday evening. But I do apologize for all that. But been a kind of crazy week here at all of our places and at Studio Crazy House. So without further ado, I just have one thing before I want to bring Angela in, and a little bit of something I found a little funny to start the evening off of with. A X comment by Hillary, of course, you've all seen. Indicating, of course, that the house is not Trump's house, which you all knew. And Trump's comment was classic Trump. And I'm sorry, I apologize, Mr. President. He may name it the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom. So, touche, Mr. President. And keep up the good work. With that said, I'm going to bring in my counterpart and the brains of the show. Most assuredly, the good looks of the show. Angela, where are you? There you are.
Hey, can you hear me? We
Hey,
couldn't
we
see you
got you.
earlier, Dad. The screen
I
was
know. I
black,
was.
so I'm glad. I don't know what
I'm
was going on, but glad to
not
see you.
quite sure what happened there. The little girl decided to take a vacation on me. I don't know, but
I guess.
I think I've got too much going on. Oops. Okay. I'm getting all kind. I got it coming at me from all directions tonight. My goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness.
It's one goes on the air and all you know what breaks loose. But anyway, we're all here, and
We made it.
we made it, and it's been another crazy week. Like I said, Ange, we're gonna kind of condense tonight's show down to a recap, kind of a couple high points of what's going on. And my God, there's so much to choose from. But
Oh my God, we could be here for a week.
we could be here for a week, and then on top of that, the big news that broke today with the NBA. I mention that not because it has to do with our president, but when I was watching the news on a sports network, that's all I'm going to say.
Hmm.
And this ended up. I know you're going to find this hard to believe, Ange. I really hold on to your hat, though. They're
I'm ready.
blaming this all on Donald Trump.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
yeah, this is
Shocker.
a shocker. Yeah, this is a worldwide Italian mafia. This is going to go into probably all the sports leagues. This is a an event that's taken. It's been in process of investigation for at least 2 years. And if I remember
Hmm.
correctly, Donald only became president again less than a year ago.
9 months ago.
Yeah, so I don't understand how that can happen, but it's just the TDS in this world that's kicked in. But
That's true.
there'll be a lot more news on that, and we will talk more about that more than likely next week. Right now, the story is so fresh; it just broke today. There's still a lot of arrests. The federal indictments have just been unsealed. I haven't even had a chance to begin the process of thumbing through it. I hear it is voluminous. Uh,
Yeah, I mean these are some very hefty charges that come with a
oh
very
yeah,
hefty maximum sentence if
yep.
the
Big time in the
sentencing
big
judge.
house.
Yeah, prison, like big time. There's no. It is going to take a really, really, really good defense team to even get them lesser prison time. But more than likely with this kind of stuff, you're definitely going to prison on some scale.
Right.
It's bad. It's really, really bad. I remember seeing an article about it this morning. That's how I found out about it, Dad. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember asking Zach, my husband. I didn't even know. I don't really watch football or basketball that much, so I didn't really know who these people were. And I had to ask him, like, what? Who are these people? Like, I don't even know. And he told me one of the gentlemen that they arrested uh,
Mm-hmm.
was a head coach, and
Yeah.
that just blew my mind. You
And he
know,
was
it you
arrested
never know. You think you know.
if I wasn't mistaken, they played the Miami Heat, I believe, last night. And because they said
Mm,
a coach was arrested this morning at 6 a.m. in Orlando. By the way, folks, we
goodness
are in the
gracious.
glorious state of Florida. Angela will eventually be in the glorious state of Florida.
I
Uh,
will. Counting the
home,
days.
home, home, where you can walk anywhere and nature tries to kill you, but we love them anyway.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, that's true. But it's fun. It's fun, you know. It gives
yeah,
a little pizzazz in Florida. It's nature with
absolutely,
pizzazz.
exactly. You have giant birds trying to chase you down. You got crocodile or alligators chasing you down. You know,
Mhm.
so y'all, if you're thinking
Bugs
of
you
moving
never
here,
thought could exist.
oh, bugs that, yeah, oh my God, size of airplanes. Uh, where we accept flying cockroaches as part of nature. we just we just deal
Right,
with
they're
them.
just looking for a vacation destination too, you know?
Absolutely, but they will chase you down. They will fly, and they will come at you and chase you like the crazy bugs they are. But anyway, we digress. Uh,
Right.
so that arrest took place this morning. There's only 3 arrests I understand so far. There are 30 individuals involved in the indictment, and we are so far in the beginning stages that we really can't even speak to it because honestly, we haven't done our homework. And one thing we pride ourselves on here is if we can't confirm it, if we can't be uh, completely on point with a story, we don't talk about it. So
Absolutely.
we'll get more details on that when we get to a normal standard stream. But uh, again, hard to tell where to start. We can start with the fact that we still don't have an open government. Big surprise.
Yeah, that's the big, big thing. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Another vote
It's getting
today.
ugly. It's getting ugly.
Yeah, another vote today, and I understand they had 3 defectors from the Democratic side. Um,
Mm,
yeah,
getting
it's
close.
slowly. Uh, I think they're coming to the rationale that they're not going to win this battle. They're asking for things they shouldn't ask for. They're trying to hold everyone hostage, and they're hurting people. They are hurting people.
Well, they are really, 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 I mean, it's getting bad. And the big thing over the last 2 days that I've been reading about is the fact that um, every state has been notified to um, get in touch with SNAP recipients in their state and let them know that they will not, as of this moment, will not be receiving November benefits.
Right.
And I think a lot of these people, like we've said before, call your congressman or your congresswoman who is in the Senate, who is in the House, whoever it is that you need to get in contact with that's in Washington right now, and let them know how this is affecting you. And I think that's been happening a lot more once people started doing their research. You started hearing about it more, you know, on legacy media, also on social media, here on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, all those things. So I think people are getting more informed, and even more pressure, like you said, Dad, is being added onto the Democratic Party right now. And they're just, they need to stop this, period.
Yeah. It has
Thanksgiving is next
gotten
month.
Yeah, it's gotten out of
This
hand.
is
I was just
ridiculous.
going to say the same thing. With Thanksgiving coming up, SNAP benefits are cut off. And again, I hear people on both sides, oh, there's so many people are getting it anyway and should. Yeah, there's a lot more people that need it and can't get it. And if it
Yes,
was you not feeding your children, how would you feel? Maybe that sounds more like a
absolutely.
Democrat than a Republican because we're accused of being heartless, but we aren't. And
No,
I know people
we're just fair.
that are, and I know people that have received them.
Yes.
And when it's no different than if you got down to where you were going food shopping for your family, and you walked up to the grocery store and they locked the door in your face and said, "Sorry, it's not your turn. No food for you." But you got to go home and tell your kids, "Eat dirt. Find something. We got to
Yeah.
find
Or
something to
there's
eat,
nothing to eat.
or there's
Right.
nothing to eat." So this lays totally and unequivocally at the feet of the Democratic Party. Again, I had this conversation with somebody today. I don't care what side of the street you're on. You know what side of the street we're on. But at this point in time, the number of votes that have taken place, the circumstances surrounding the situation, lays totally at the feet of the Democratic administration, party administration, and they are the ones that can stop this, and they have been the ones to decide they're not going to. And as of today, you're
Mhm.
probably going to touch on this anyway, but they had a vote to emergency bill to pay certain key individuals, air traffic controllers being a group, uh, uh,
Thank God.
military, other groups that were deemed. That was shot down by the Democrats because they were said it gave too much power to the Fed, to the administration with respect to who would be paid and who wouldn't be paid, and it was just an
But
ad that
they're
went
all
on air.
getting paid.
But they get their
Just
checks.
just right. Just so everybody is aware, no matter what you've heard, every single member of the Senate right now, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, are getting paid as of this moment while the
Right.
government is shut down. And millions of Americans are suffering in so many different facets, some more than others, which is so deeply unfortunate. And what really breaks my heart, Dad, is seeing, on various different videos, just around the internet in general, so many
Mhm.
families are lining up in just in droves at food banks
Right.
and soup
And they're
kitchens,
struggling
and they
now.
don't have, right, these people have jobs, and like there's no there it just breaks my heart for these families that this should not be happening to them. There is no reason for this. And the fact that they're trying to have a power grab out of this, and while millions of people are suffering and stressed out for no reason right before the holidays, just boggles my mind. And
And this,
if you're still a Democrat, maybe you're a moderate, maybe you're just not even political that much. This has to raise some alarm bells for you. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. This is not behavior that should be happening in Congress, period. And this is why I have been preaching to you, Dad, and on previous videos. We need term limits in Congress, period,
yep.
on both sides. This does not need to go on. These types of behaviors do not need to continue. I just it I'm with Mike Johnson. It just really irks me to the core. There's
Right.
nothing we can do about it necessarily, but my God, I hate to
No.
see people struggle like this.
And like you said, both sides of the aisle are receiving checks still. This falls on our party also.
Hmm.
Why are you receiving checks?
True.
First of all, you go to Congress, you become an instant millionaire anyway. So everybody's got money, and they're not really worried about a paycheck. If they were not to take the
Right.
paycheck, it would be nothing more than just, hey, look what we did. It'd be grandiose. It would be a show. It'd be a show of support. But it would mean nothing. It would ring hollow because most of them they don't have to worry about their next meal, the next paycheck.
No.
Uh, so that falls on both sides of the aisle. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Uh, I mean, the president receives a check and he doesn't keep his paycheck.
Mm-mm.
So with respect to him, he knows where his bread has already been buttered. But they need to get together and stop this insanity, get people back to where they're at least being fed, because there's people out there putting out videos right now all over the internet. If we don't get the ability to
Hmm.
feed our families, we will steal, rob, and do whatever we got to do to get that food.
Oh yeah.
And that includes, there was a number of people who
Um.
said, you're not safe in your own home. So they're going to come out on the streets like a bunch of
Right.
thieves
I
and
told
things that
my I told
they wouldn't normally be.
I told Zach this morning. And I'm not gonna call out company names, but there is a certain grocery store that we shop at that I basically told him this morning, if this ends up happening the way that they're all, preaching on the internet and their little videos, that they're gonna steal your groceries out of your cart while you're walking to your car in the parking lot.
Hmm.
First of all, in the South, I really dare you. I'm just going to leave it at that.
It wouldn't be a good
However, I will
idea.
be bringing my husband with me to the grocery store now when I have to go to the store, if that's going to be a situation that we're
Hmm.
living through in the next couple of weeks,
Right.
because I'm not going to feel safe. And it shouldn't have to come to that. It just shouldn't. It shouldn't have to
No,
come to where you put people in a situation that, they have to do what they have to do for their families. Do I agree with stealing groceries from a store? Absolutely not.
no. And I can tell you right
But
now,
you
you got a
can't.
lot of people like us. We get our groceries. We're not young folks, and time is tight sometimes. So we pay a couple of dollars to have groceries delivered so we can it's easier for us. We don't got to carry them upstairs and do things. It's all
Right.
just a real convenience for my wife and myself. Do I have to worry about people leaving a certain grocery chain with trunks full of groceries, being followed, being potentially assaulted, pulled over,
Right.
hijacked, whatever you want to call it? Or when I'm out on my porch collecting what we've purchased, that
Mhm.
I have to be armed now in my own home to
Right.
protect.
That's scary.
I mean, this is the Democratic Party calls us anarchists. They call us Nazis. They call us a lot of things. By their actions, are turning society against itself and turning it into what they so loosely call us and portray us as being, portray the party as being.
Right.
And I have to say, right or wrong, disagree with me or not, this could be part of the plan. How do you stir the pot? How do you get people so upset that they'll hit the streets and do things like this? And then you can blame it again on TDS or whatever you want to blame it on. Uh,
True.
like you said, Ange, close to the holidays, the timing couldn't be any better to make people to starve your own
Just
people,
desperate.
and the
Right.
desperation will make people do what they have to do. I'm sorry, I'm fortunate. You and your sister are both grown up and married, have your families. Uh, if I was in that situation and I had little children here, um, go ahead and try to take my children's food away from me.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
result
I
is going to
mean,
be very poor.
the the thing that kills me is, um, and I know that there is, I'm not exactly sure what percentage of people that abuse the SNAP program, but I'm sure there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that do.
They're out there,
Um,
find
and
them
people
later.
think, right, people who see, um, families or just whoever it is at the grocery store, and they're buying their stuff, and they're not using a food stamp card, okay? That doesn't mean that that individual or that group or that family or whoever it is has the money to replace those groceries. They could be struggling just as bad. The only difference is they don't qualify for those government benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So you're stealing from people at that point, potentially, if this all happens the way that they're, saying it might. You're taking away from the people who are already just barely making it, who might also be living paycheck to paycheck and still working a side hustle just to get by. So, you don't, if you want to steal from the grocery store, you do you. I mean, they catch you, and that's a whole situation right there. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the reality. Don't see what you can do. If you know already, if you are on Snap and you know that this is coming, we've got a couple of weeks. Start reaching out to your local food banks. Start reaching out to local churches. See if anybody can get you on a list for a pickup. What days of the week they do. Just get more information around you locally before you go off the deep end and start raiding the grocery stores or people
And
in the parking lot.
ruin your lives, because this will end one
Right.
day. But
Exactly.
the actions you take now will follow you. And again, I can completely understand it, Ange.
I
Your
do
family's
too.
hungry.
I
You're going to do what you got to
You gotta
do.
do what you gotta do. Right.
but you got to think and keep your head as level as you can and look for those things that can help you. I live in a
Right.
55 retirement subdivision community, and I know there's people here that collect food stamps. Well, they used to call it food stamps,
A lot of
SNAP.
seniors do.
A lot of seniors have to. Let me tell you something, folks.
Mhm.
You think you go in retirement and you collect Social Security and life goes yee-haw? Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Social
Mm-mm.
Security is the system is allowed in the way it is to keep you poor, and that's the way it is. And we'll talk more about that one day when I'm really in the friggin' mood. We can enjoy a real
Oh boy.
conversation about how the government treats seniors. We'll talk about that firsthand knowledge.
Yeah.
But with that
Whew.
being said,
Mhm.
I would rather have my neighbors get together and knock on doors. We can do what we can to help people than force people to
Right.
go into a grocery store and start sticking steaks in their pants.
Exactly.
And that's what this is going to
And maybe
force.
if you know that anybody who's watching and primarily in your area there's a lot of seniors or a lot of families with young kids, reach out and ask, hey, I'm thinking about setting up a meal plan delivery system to anybody who's in need right now, at least a couple of dinners a week, something that we can pull together as a community. And you could start that. There's no stopping anybody
Mm-hmm.
from starting anything that has to do with charity for others. So if
Put
you
your
know if
hand
there's a
out
need in your
to help
community,
somebody.
do it. Right. Take
Absolutely.
the
How many
initiative.
how many people out there listening, you had a full belly tonight. You had some leftovers. Well, not enough for tomorrow. Put them in the garbage can. You know what? You put that, and I'm not talking just about the situation people have found themselves in now because of what's going on with the government shutdown, but the homeless folks and all like that. There's people that would take the scraps off your plate and treat that like it's a 5-star meal because that's all they have. Uh,
Right.
I've been in fast food restaurants where, you know, I've done what my heart said to do. Um, didn't do it because it felt good. It felt good to me, but I did it because it was the right thing to do at that time. And if we did that now, reach out a hand, try to make sure you know who your neighbors are. If you don't know who your neighbors, go find out who you can
Right.
help. Some people don't want to be helped. Some people are going to keep to themselves. Folks, there are people out there who will starve and quietly starve rather than ask for help. I grew up in a household. We wouldn't. My father and my mother would not take a nickel or a meal from anybody, but we always found a way to find a way. Reach out and try to help somebody. Let's not treat it like it's a depression
Hmm.
because it's not there yet. But there's going to be people that need help, and if we can get anything across to you guys tonight, reach a hand out, try to help somebody for God's sakes. Uh,
Right.
I can say to you that I've been in grocery stores where I saw people not being able to get something, and I stepped in
Yeah.
there.
I see that a
A lot of
lot.
times, my family don't even know about that because you don't need to tell people the good things you did or the things that you did to help. Um, maybe that's what we need to do right now. You know,
Yeah.
go to the grocery store with an extra 20 in your pocket and use that to buy something for somebody else. I don't know. I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to give ideas and what I would do.
Right.
But
Or
it all
you could even, if you have a Costco membership and you are blessed enough that maybe you do a couple of Costco trips a month, or that's might be your favorite family store to shop out on a Saturday, maybe get a few extra things and drop them off at your local food bank. They have everything. You
that's
can
all.
Google it. And they are in such a dire need right now that I promise you, no one is going to be upset if you bring in a couple of boxes of something, whether they need it or not, or it's on the list. They'll take it because some family will use it and it will get eaten and it will go to somebody that is going to
Right.
be grateful for the help.
Or go to the local church. If you don't go to church, you
Yes,
should. We all should.
most churches do have a food drive at least once a month,
Right.
for the
If I go
community.
down,
Anybody's welcome. You just got to sign up.
absolutely. If I go down to my local Catholic church right down the street here, and if I walk in there with a couple boxes of stuff, I guarantee you they'll take it and find somebody that can use it. Because people
Absolutely.
come to the food banks when they're in need, they come to their churches. the ones that
Mhm.
want to find help rather than go out and create an issue.
Right.
So do that if you can.
Yeah.
Uh, if you don't
Sometimes it
want to go
feels
buy food,
safer for people.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Dad. Go ahead.
No, no. Very simply too. If those of you that listen that are more computer inclined, I don't want to go pick stuff up and go somewhere. Get online, www this thing. The food banks are all online. They're all taking donations.
Mhm.
Help out that way, because you at
Right.
least by doing that, you're going a direction that the help is going to hopefully, where you choose, get to those people. But this all comes back to we're having this conversation and we got a little bit energized because again, this all comes back to a bunch of well-fed, rich individuals sitting on Capitol Hill that are throwing a hissy fit, who are willing to throw millions of Americans under the bus and starve them and their children. And I'm not mincing words because that's exactly what they're going to
Not
do.
okay.
And
Right.
if
They're doing
if
it.
we as human beings, we got to do what we can to try to help out.
Right.
I
Help your
whatever it is you
neighbor.
can do, but on top of that, call your congressperson,
Yes. Get them on the phone. Leave messages.
bitch them out because they deserve it for
Right.
letting this
Especially if
happen.
you are a SNAP recipient, please, please, please get on the phone and call them because it is directly affecting you. And if you are upset, which you rightfully should be, I'm sure you are, please give them a call,
Mm-hmm.
whatever state you're in, and that all that information is also online.
Your tax
And
dollars, folks,
let them
goes
know.
to fund these programs. Your money
Hmm.
is being withheld. Look at it that way. If everything else they've done doesn't piss you off, your money, my money, I just had to write a check for taxes. I'm a retiree. Still had to
Hmm.
worry about that. My money
Yep.
goes to the federal government. Part of what goes to the federal government is to help these services, these plans that help people. And the government says, well, we wanted your money, but we're not going to give it. We're not taking care of our obligation to anybody. We're just going to bank it and do something else with it. That should piss you off.
Hmm.
Their indecision, and they're sitting in their chairs at the Capitol and in their offices, and they're collecting a paycheck based on what you've been paying into the government. But the people to whom their responsibility is to take care of, their fellow human beings, their fellow citizens, they are just turn off the spigot. Take care of me first, take care of them when I feel like it. And it's because one
Yep.
party has decided to play hardball over an issue that most of this country doesn't even want. So call your
Yep.
congressperson, light their asses up, call the phone
If
numbers,
there was
stay
any time,
civil.
if you've never, right, be nice, no cussing, try to keep it,
No, no.
professional, but get what, even if you have to leave a voicemail, they'll take messages. Trust me, they do this all the time. This is why they have so many
Yep.
secretaries up there.
Or send
Okay.
them an
Trust
email.
me, they're built for this. Right. Send an email and let them know in very detailed description how this has either personally affected you or somebody you know or your neighborhood as a whole or anything, or you're just like, get your asses together and work this out, regardless of how you feel or what programs you receive or don't receive. Please just let them know that you are an American citizen. You vote, you pay your taxes, you work hard in this country. If you have an opinion, it's their job to hear it. It's the whole point.
And if they
And
don't
sometimes
listen,
they forget that.
if they don't, they forget it more often than not, Ange, no doubt about it. And
Mm-hmm.
and it goes for both parties. If you can't take care of the simple things, if you can't take care of the people who are the most vulnerable, then you don't deserve to sit in that chair. And this gets back to Angela's original start
Nope.
comment that started this whole thing: term limits.
Yes, please, Lord Jesus.
And that's working its way through. That's been put back into the the congressional the discussions for a
Oh, for
future
this
bill
session.
for this session.
Right.
Thank you. My brain is scrambled. Happens when I
You're
get
okay,
wound up.
Dad.
You know that better than anybody. Um,
I
but yeah,
gotcha.
if we don't control the amount of time that these people get to sit in our house, in our capital, or when we give them the honor of serving in that building and they do not
Right.
do what they've been charged to do, they need to be out. And unfortunately, once they get in and special interests, the money pots churn, uh, the constituents that will vote the same party for 100 years because it begins with the right letter, and they end up being a Nancy Pelosi, a Schumann, name them.
A McConnell who's falling
Exactly.
down. The poor guy is
He
falling
can't keep on
down
his feet.
in the halls of Congress, right? And they pick him up and keep him shuffling on in for the next vote. It is disgusting. It makes me sick. This man is sick. He's old. He has medical issues. Let him be with his family. I don't care if he wants to be in there or not. I'd love to go to the moon someday, but that's probably not going to happen for me. You got to accept it and
I
move
don't
on. That's
know.
life.
Elon's at war with NASA right now. You might get your chance.
Well, maybe, but in
Go Elon.
the likelihood might be a little slim for me.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
see.
give you that.
It's never a never, but I mean, I feel bad for the poor guy, but we don't need people like Chuck Schumer in particular in this situation looping it into what, we've been talking about the shutdown. We don't need people like Chuck Schumer who have been in Congress for 40 plus years. That's longer than I've been on planet Earth.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. I say
Think about
6
this,
years
folks.
max and you're out.
When this experiment was started, coming up on 250 years ago, pretty soon, the life expectancy of an American,
Mhm.
if you lived if you were in your 50s, you were an old man.
Oh yeah, that's ancient old, like
That's
back
ancient old.
then.
So who would have ever anticipated people spending the amount of time that at that time might have been your entire life expectancy sitting in the same seat? And they didn't want that because of what happens when that takes
Right.
place. And we see the repercussions of that. All you get is them versus us. Nothing gets done. Fight, fight, fight. We got control or you got control. There hasn't been a true bipartisan Congress since I don't think Kennedy. Truly, where people talked and jointly found the center of the aisle and made decisions to benefit the country. Uh,
Yeah.
so, yeah, it all starts with we got to put a lid on how much time they spend there. And if we
Absolutely.
if we can't do that, we got bigger problems. It's only going to be exacerbated more as time goes by.
Right. I
I did
think
see something here that I just wanted to show real quick, Ange. I thought was kind of funny.
okay.
This got a little dark, and I'm sorry, but uh, enough's enough. That's all. You watch the Hodge twins at all?
Yeah.
Great guys. Loved their videos. Loved their
They're
channel.
funny.
I'm going to borrow something here that I just saw that they put out there, and I hope they don't mind. I do apologize. They get full credit for the graphic, but I saw this and I chuckled so much. If you want to see something that will make you laugh, I don't know if you see that, Ange. Oh, hang on. All right, we're back.
Oh Lord. That is
So anyway,
terrifying. That's the new
it's
horror film before
yeah,
Halloween, you guys. That's the
yeah.
new
If you
that's
go
what they're
to
putting
these
out.
if you go to the places that have the horror houses and all that, and different entertainment
Yeah.
venues, we got a bunch of them down here in Florida. That's going to be the new spooky house for next year. Kamala and AOC ticket. I find that funny, and I thank the Hodge twins for putting that
But
out there. And I love
that
your
would
show,
be
guys. Please come
right.
on
They are
my
hilarious. I love them.
yeah, please come on. We'd love to talk with you guys, and I promise I won't lose my mind about stuff much.
Maybe.
Maybe all depends.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
but great show. I recommend y'all They're on Facebook and their channel and whatnot. Check them out. They're a couple of awesome guys. Great patriots, and we love those guys. Anyway, that's I wanted to break them and break the anger mold that I had formed, the anger aura that I had formed around myself.
Oh goodness.
Uh, but it's tough to sit back and watch your government abuse its citizens like this over petty
Yeah.
politics. Um, I don't know the answer other than the fact that somebody just needs to just step out and
Well, I
let's
think
stop the
um,
insanity.
I think what needs to happen is Big Daddy Trump needs to
Love you,
mosey
Donald.
his little, yeah, he needs to mosey on down to Congress with his silver hair. I actually prefer that to the yellow. Not even gonna lie. But anyway, moving on. That's irrelevant. I think
I'm
he
digging
needs
that.
to.
I'm digging that.
I'm digging it. It fits him. He needs to mosey on down. Um, and give the Senate a little what for. Okay, get on the floor, and everybody wants to. I mean, hell, they want to talk for 20 hours straight or 27 hours or however long it
Mm-hmm.
is that they can get up there and talk. Okay, cool. We love to talk. Trump is a great talker. I think he should go down to the Senate floor. And once it's open for, discussions and all that before votes, I think he needs to just get on the floor and let
Yeah.
them just have it because this has got to stop. And I really feel like
Yep.
the only way it's going to happen is like when kids fight. They'll let them bicker, let them bicker. When they see the parents come in, it's like, oh, okay, the show's up. We're done.
Yeah.
We got to quit it. It's
I
over.
don't.
We went too far.
I don't have that effect anymore. Do I? Do I?
You're still scary, Dad. You're still scary.
Got that going for me anyway.
But
And it should be
Trump
that
has the
as
power to
opposed.
do some stuff.
Yeah, he can lay out, have a come to Jesus meeting with him, and he would. It would be great. That'd be a pay per view, man. We could knock down the
Right.
deficit with that. But
C-SPAN would be
instead
popping.
of grown men getting and women getting together and talking it out or being yelled at by Big Daddy and straightening it
Right.
out and doing the right thing, what do? They just
Just
keep
sad.
punching each other. And Trump's
Yep.
doing what he can from the position he's in right now, which is I'm going to cut all the stuff that you guys are going to make me cut because you put me in a position of shutting down. You put yourselves in a position of shutting down the government. Had you not shut down the
Right.
government, I would have not been able to do all these things that I'm doing now. So what you got is they're punching, Republicans are punching back, Trump's throwing a few left hooks, then they punch back, and all it is just turns into one big WWE thing.
Oh,
All it
yeah.
would take is for enough civil minds to get together and walk down the aisle and say, listen, we're not going to get what we want. All we want to do is get the damn government opened up. Let's just do that, like the speaker wants to do, and then get together afterwards and we
Right.
can talk about this issue that you guys are so passionate about.
Like
But
adults.
that's
Mm-hmm.
like adults as a separate issue, which is what it is. Providing Obamacare
Right.
and medical care and free medicine and all this stuff for illegal aliens, people that are here illegally, whatever you want to call them, undocumented, illegal, is not on the table when we're just trying to keep the government open. So let's get the
Right.
government open, and we'll schedule the
Then you
next
can
day. We'll
talky
have it,
talk all you want.
and we'll talk it through, and we'll figure out what we can do. We may not want to do it still, and that's what they're afraid of. So the
Right.
leverage is we're hurting. We're going to hurt everybody. And
Well,
when we do that, we're going to make the Republican Party look bad, which is the exact opposite effect it's having right now.
oh, it is working so badly out for them. It's unreal right now. Um, the lowest approval rating in since Obama's second term. Okay, they're at like a 30. I think it was at 31% approval rating, just as the part for the Democratic Party as a whole right now, which is just
Mm-hmm.
atrocious. We at this point leading into midterms, that's should not be happening. It's not uncommon, but that low, that's not normal. And they have nothing. and they keep peddling on these policies and adding things in that got cut with the big beautiful bill, which um, it is what it is. Everybody wanted it. Everybody voted. It got passed. The end. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, this whole thing, the longer it lingers on for the American people, the more money it's going to cost the American people in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
With everything being shut down, we're going to lose more people overall in the federal workers sector, because some of these people who are not getting paid or just are being put on furlough for right now, they're moving on. This is not the economy where you have a couple $1,000s in savings, which I hope you do, but most people don't, to fall
Mm-hmm.
back on in situations like these. So people are
Well,
moving on from the profession. It's a mess.
yeah, and on top of that, the Trump administration is, because of the shutdown and the way this came about, there's more non-layoffs as much as that. I'm sorry, layoffs in which people will be brought back afterwards. These are permanent
Right.
layoffs. Uh,
Yeah. Mass
just read the other
firings.
day, mass firings. Yeah, I mean, 850 individuals day before yesterday, I believe it was, were let go from NASA
Hmm.
in Houston, the Johnson Center down in Houston, and which is a whole other story, but probably needed to happen anyway a long time ago. But you go from people being laid off or people not being paid that will eventually be paid and eventually be brought back versus what's going on right now and being allowed to happen, which is, you know what, we're just going to cut plans, we're going to cut programs and departments, and they're not coming back.
Right.
So that's where this pushback. This is, we're going to slap you, and then no, I'm going to slap you, and they just keep slapping each other, and all that happens is they continue to get paid, and everybody else gets hurt, and that's why they need to put the brakes on it today. And I read
Yeah.
earlier today before we went on the air, the estimate coming out of the House right now, I'm sorry, out of the Senate, is that if they were able to come to an agreement today, it would take about a week to reopen the government. This doesn't just like tomorrow morning everybody shows up, the switch is flipped, and the money machine starts
Right.
printing out checks. It takes
You have
about a
to
week.
notify people. Yeah.
Yep.
There's
So the quicker they do it, the quicker there can be normalcy, and that's in air quotes because this is the federal government we're talking about. Um,
it's as good as it's going to get.
did you see one other thing I wanted to show here? I'm loving all these pictures I got, the things I downloaded this week. Did you see the post that I put on the Hello Blue
Yeah.
in the comments earlier in the week about the
Oh, yeah,
actors?
about the paid
Yeah,
protesters. Yeah, I saw that.
show that to the viewers that didn't see it. This is a Craigslist ad that was posted right before the big to do that happened last on Saturday, the No Kings thing. They were hiring actors for a 8-hour period. Duties including protest activity and holding signs that are anti-Trump, minorities welcome and needed. So one more thing to throw out there about how fake uh, that whole protest thing nationwide was. That was only one location. That was in, I believe, Phoenix. Yeah, the Phoenix area.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. The little blips I found during the week, since we're kind of doing an overall
They
recap thing.
right. I watched a bunch of that, and I was cracking up so bad because
Oh, jeez.
um about 1 or 2 o'clock, because the time difference, um everybody just started leaving. Like, it was like a just all at the same time in New York City, in Times Square,
The payday was over.
certain parts of DC. So what we came to find out later on in the evening was the permits that they took out for this, big No Kings rally, Orange Man bad um, situation. They only had the permit till like 1 o'clock. So this wasn't like going to be an all day, all night, we're making our statement known. No, no, no. They were all going to walk out, they walk around for a couple hours, get a little bit of exercise, and then go out to lunch and go
Yeah.
home.
punched their time
it's just
clock,
it
collected their $15 an
right.
hour. It's like
Mhm.
when you go to work. If they say you're working an hour later tonight, but you're not being paid for it, you're not going to work. You're going to go home. So
Right.
it was all just a farce. Um,
It was a joke. It really was a joke.
it was just a joke, and some of the mainstream media uh, taking certain camera angles, photoshopping, I guess is the way what they say, but making it appear more than what it was.
Oh yeah,
Um,
with the whole Boston video, I saw that
the
where
Boston
they
video,
were
yeah,
they were
with
trying to say, I'm sure everybody's seen that, that was CNN, I think. I mean, I hate to
yeah,
throw out a name, but I mean,
those
y'all did
guys.
it, so
But it's funny. The biggest rally that they purported they had, Trump could draw three times that just by showing up and giving a speech at a stadium. So um, they don't have the support of their movement nor their party, and I mean it's a shame. But they get the right to do First Amendment.
right.
You can
I'm
do what
glad
you
that
need to
there
do
was
and say what
no
you need to say.
right, there wasn't a lot of, crazy violent stories coming out, so that is a great thing. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to get out there and march and do your little chanting and hold up your signs and your puppets and your blow up costumes, and that's just how you
I
feel
still
that
don't get
day,
that. I don't
I
get
don't
that at all.
understand it either. It is just whatever. I mean, hey, tis the season, I guess.
Have you seen those videos, Ange, where people go up
Hmm.
behind people that have those blow up costumes on and they open up a can of nasty cheese or sardines or something? They smoke them
Oh,
out.
I've seen the videos where they spray the fart spray
The fart spray. We're not
into
saying
where it
anything
like blows up the
where
costume
the vent
and
hole is, yeah.
right, and the people can't get out fast enough, and oh, I've seen those.
We're not recommending anything. I just said there are
They
funny
You can buy
videos.
it on Amazon in a 6-pack, I'm just saying. You can
Yeah,
buy the spray on Amazon. I
it, but
didn't say anything. You didn't hear here. Oh,
it's not. At least it's not tear gas, right? Got
that's
that.
true. It's non-flammable, so, and they'll be okay. They
And they'll
might
be fine.
puke, but,
But
it is what it
it
is.
make
I mean,
for you guys are so big at putting your TikTok videos out. That'll make a great TikTok video.
that
But
yeah, that's a new trend. I could see that
that's a
being a
new
new
trend.
thing.
That's a very
Mhm.
non-violent trend, which is what we hope for. I
Right,
would
it's all
also
good fun. It's a
recommend
prank.
exactly. I would also recommend going through the day's events, the week's events, circling around the No King March. And again, I'm not going
Mm.
to mention names. Y'all can go out there and find out. But there's a couple specifically a couple of musical folks that need to tone it down, and their careers getting
Oh
tanked
boy.
because of it. That usually happens. Um, I think probably
It's sad.
harkens back to the Dixie Chick days. You know,
Oh, that was brutal.
we lived in Nashville at that time, and we watched that happen. That was
Mhm.
just awesome. With that said, uh, one is a long time pop singer. Both of them are actually pop and rock. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, I'm not mentioning names. I don't want to get in any hot water with anybody, but there's plenty of ex posts. There's a bunch of them on Facebook that are making the rounds. Uh, I would recommend if you're an entertainer, entertain. While we all have the right to have our own political views, God knows we do. But
Mhm.
once somebody wants to yell at me or we yell at Angie, we'll go ahead and yell at us. We have a right to speak our piece. But if you're an entertainer where people are coming to your shows and spending crazy amounts of money for someone that's been around since the 80s
Yeah.
and is fortunate enough to still have the ability to draw a crowd and entertain them, and they elect to bring to the stage their extreme political views, you have to think that well over 50% of the country don't agree with you. And that's a huge number of longtime fans, people that have followed you, that you are basically
Mhm.
kicking in the shorts,
Yeah. And
telling
these
them they're
people have
not
gone to your
needed.
shows in the past multiple times, bought your
Hmm.
merchandise, your
They're not going to do it anymore
albums.
now.
Absolutely. And it is it is such a shame because I mean, certain artists and actors and actresses and in the entertainment industry, you kind of know which way they lean, and typically most of
Yeah.
them lean to the left. Some are Republicans, some are just not into politics at all. That's cool. That's cool too.
Well,
Um,
there's a bunch
so you
of
kind of know,
that don't.
but when they get out there and they say these kinds of things, and it's just, I'm not, obviously, if you have an opinion, your opinion is yours, and it's subjective, and not everybody else has to agree with it. That's also the flip
Yeah.
of the coin on the other
And you are
side.
entitled to it. God
Right.
knows you
So
have the right to speak out just
they
like we are.
Right, and they cannot be surprised in the future if what dismal
Hmm.
amount of a career is left for them even continues at all, because people are upset
Yep.
and they have a right to be upset. And you're dismissing half of your fan base by doing things like this.
Right. And
So,
there
good
is
luck.
one artist. You guys can look him up. I'm not going to speak into who because I don't want the backlash from it. We're making a very generalized statement here, but there was one artist who stepped out on the stage and was, and this is again, somebody that's got a big name, has been around for a long time, was booed off the stage
Mhm.
and never played a note because the things he had said while over, I believe it happened to us overseas. There's another artist
Yeah.
who, another big artist, said he would never step foot on a stage with him ever again. The same artist. Uh, so, while we all have the right to yell fire in a crowded theater, we certainly know it's not a smart idea to do that. And when I spend money to go see someone entertain, I don't expect it to turn into a political rally where you're trying to bash any party. And I would say this about,
Mhm.
we know Nashville, a lot of country music leans more heavily to the right than to the left. And I would expect the same thing out of those
Right.
artists. Uh, loving America is one thing, loving your country, uh, paying respect and homage to those who serve, all that's what we all believe in, we should believe in. But if the potential of half your audience is left leaning and you're right leaning and you're going to turn this into a political rally, you're going to alienate half your fan base. Uh, Not a smart thing to do. And I don't see a lot of that comes out of the right. Um, I think we would be probably accused of that
True.
because the Lee Greenwoods of the world, and they perform and they certainly show their allegiance to one party, to one side, but not to go out and bash and
Right.
the
They're
name
not making
calling.
songs about specific
Oh,
individuals or getting up
oh.
at an award ceremony
Mm-hmm.
and making a whole political speech like, there's so many people watching award shows nowadays. That's even gone down as a result of year after year,
Mm-hmm.
artists, actors, and, entertainers in general, sports, the sports world included. Let's not forget that. um,
Mm-hmm.
just they feel it necessary that because they are famous in whatever degree of fame that they're in, however widely known that they are in the world, they feel as though that entitles them to make these statements because they feel like people are so invested in their life and what they do every day and where they go and what they believe in, that they feel as though they need to put those opinions out there. And if that's how you feel, okay, that's fine. You can do that. Nobody's telling you no. But like you said, Dad, don't be surprised when the repercussion of that is
Mm-hmm.
a good chunk of the people who were interested in your music, your movies, your sporting event, whatever, have
Mm-hmm.
suddenly decided on their own, we don't agree with how you feel. And I'm surprised, I'm hurt by this. And I feel as though I don't need to follow you or buy any of your
Yep.
merchandise
The
anymore. And
effects,
it's just
repercussions
how it goes.
follow actions. And
Right.
I just throw that out there because, I mean, by personal experience, I lived in Nashville back when the Dixie Chicks thing happened. And
That was so
I was a big
bad.
Dixie Chicks fan. I had
A lot of
these,
people
a
love
lot of
them.
people were. Nashville, they were on fire. I
They
had
had
just
so
bought
many
a
popular
CD.
songs.
I think about a week before that event happened. It's back when Kmart existed, guys. This goes back a while. And
Mm.
I had picked up a CD, and I remember driving down uh, main drag there through Nashville when that story broke. And one of the local radio stations, Local Jocks, is the one that said, "We will not play another song." You know, read the story. You can check it if you want. But it all blew up. Their career imploded at that point. And I remember driving down the road and flipping the CD out the window. And I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I just went because of what was said. It wasn't that yes, I disagreed with what they said, but it was the venue in which and the tone in which they delivered it during a concert overseas. I mean, they had the crowd roar. It
Hmm.
was in Germany. I believe it was Germany. Uh, again, your opinion is just as valid as anyone's, but people don't come to your shows for your opinion. They come to your shows for your
Right.
talent. So I bring
Absolutely.
this up as part of the whole King's Day thing is that we've got to be respectful of everyone else's opinion, but we also aren't obligated to change everyone's mind and convince them and do whatever it takes to bully them into agreeing with us. And that's what's a lot of what's going on right now. And this, I really wanted. We're close on the time now. Longer we wanted to go. We'll talk more about the ice situation. I mean, that's the other. There's so much change
Oh
going
yeah,
on
that's
out there.
heating up.
That's heating up, and we can. What we'll do? Let's plan ahead. We really need to get deeper into the current status of the ice situation. What's going on in Chicago? What's going on in Portland? Uh, uh, the National Guard situation. Matter of fact, in Tennessee, in your state, it's my
Yeah,
understanding they have
Memphis.
been deployed. The mayor of Memphis is ecstatic. Things are all going the right direction. The
Hmm.
people in Memphis are ecstatic to have the National Guard there assisting the law enforcement efforts there. But we really need to get
Yeah.
our arms wrapped around a real good update. And by Sunday, hopefully, we can get that all together. Really devote the show to what's going on between ICE and uh, the National Guard situation. Uh, real quick, Portland, federal judge ruled that President Trump does have the right to send troops into Portland to assist because they are there
Yeah.
to assist
Because he's
protecting
the
the ICE
president
agents and
of the
federal
United
property.
States.
And yes, so it took two judges to get to that point, but it's another win. What people have to realize is we're
I
not
worry
we're
about these people.
it makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder. But we'll get our arms
Hmm.
wrapped around that. But that is ever evolving by the day. Whether you agree with what's going on or not, we can discuss that. Guys, leave comments. We unpacked a lot of stuff tonight. Spent a lot more
Right.
time on the shutdown, but that deserved it because it's not just a shutdown; it's hurting folks, and I think people are really missing the point. Hopefully, we've addressed that a little bit and kind of unpacked that a little bit more. What matters? Uh, we'll get a little bit deeper to the other stuff during Sunday's show. As far as I know, it'll be Sunday unless we make a change, but that should be
Oh yeah.
where we are. Uh, I think kind of where we are, Ange, and where we need to leave it is y'all need to get out there, call your Congress folks, bitch, moan, and
Yep.
complain, but be
Yep.
respectful. The
Yes.
one thing about
If you
our
want to get
party,
results,
yep,
don't come at them with hostility like
or
some
threats or
party
anything like
members
that.
that are across the aisle. Right. Just get your customer service voice in gear
There
and
you go.
call your congressman or your congresswoman
Have a TED
and let
talk with
them
them.
know. Right. Have a little TED talk. Maybe make some notes prior so you can stick to the bullet points that you want to address and you don't get off the rails like Trump and go down a windy road and then you got to circle back. And there's only so much time in the day to leave a voicemail for these people. So
Right,
short and sweet, straight to the point, effective, firm. You can do it. We believe in you.
right.
And make
All
sure
you're
you
trying,
subscribe if you haven't.
absolutely. All you have to do when you contact your representatives, you're just voicing your opinion and what you want them to do.
Right.
You're not demanding. You're not doing. Don't do stupid stuff. Don't
No.
don't be like them folks that jump out in traffic and jump on hoods of cars and do crazy stuff like that.
Oh, God, no.
Voice
Don't
your
do that.
opinion as a voter, as a citizen, to your elected officials and expect what you expected them to do and what you expect them to do in
Mm-hmm.
this situation, which is get together and act like a bunch of adults, not a bunch of spoiled children. Uh, but do it respectfully and do it often. And help if you
Right.
know people that need help during this problem, during this. I pause to call it a crisis, but that's really what it's turning into. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Try to reach out and do what you can. If you can help a
Right.
neighbor who's having tough times because they're having food insecurity at this time, try to help them out. If you can work with your local food bank, your local church, um, if you got someone, an elderly person down the road who you know is in tough straits, take them a meal.
Yeah.
Do what you can do. We can all do a little bit of something, uh, but since this problem can't be solved at the federal level apparently right now because they're not grown up enough to do it. Um, as is the way it usually works, the good people on the ground will have to step in and try to
Mm-hmm.
help out. And we implore that you try to step out and do those things.
Yes.
And we will regroup. Hopefully, when we get together Sunday, we have a resolution to this problem. Um,
I'm still
I'm not.
hoping. I'm hoping.
I'm not holding a whole lot of hope short term. There's been talks of Christmas and
I
beyond.
know. And that's
Um,
scary. That's scary for a lot of reasons because
yeah,
it pushes back what Congress is able to do in terms of the Obamacare situation, and it drags it on even longer. And this runs, a lot of these subsidies run out at the end of the year.
oh yeah,
So it's not gonna, getting it back open, like you said, Dad, is just the first step in a long road to get us to where we need to be and we should have been at before this all blew up.
right.
But I am
And
hopeful
these
that they're gonna fix it.
they can't even get the keys out of their pockets to put it in the lock to unlock the door. They're still standing outside yelling at each other who's got the keys. So, uh,
Right. Oh,
metaphorically speaking,
um, real quick, if this does, God forbid, I mean, we are all praying that this resolves and we can move on from this. But like,
hmm
um, when we get into December, God forbid, if this is still dragging on, um, I will make some information available and I'll post it. We'll talk about it in a video sometime in December about what you can do with um, like an angel tree, how that works, what
hmm
organizations you can go to that are not just your own state, that are just nationally, that you can donate to, that are going to help families with Christmas. So if we do go on this long, and like they're saying, this could happen. We're not trying to speculate, but it is a possibility. We're going to do
right,
everything we can on our side to get you guys all the information that you need. And maybe
right,
you just don't know what to do. You can help at least one child have a better Christmas this year. And that's what it's all about. So,
exactly.
but yeah,
Let's not forget that, folks.
yes.
Christmas isn't about us. It's about bigger things. It's about let's get back to the real reason, and that the kids. And
Yeah.
we will do what we can to try to help support and get you some information on ideas that may be of help. Organizations that are looking to help will be able to post. It's going to start doing that probably in the next week. Uh, get that
Yeah.
information that we spoke about earlier. But as we get closer to the holidays, uh, what organizations can reach out to help the families that are. Um, think about it, folks. What if you didn't have a Christmas dinner? What if Thanksgiving doesn't come
Yeah.
this year? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that
Christmas,
going around.
your kids, right. And your kids, however old they are, it's a routine. And just think, if they go to school and they celebrate it with all their friends at school and they have their classroom breakfast and they're making ornaments for mom and dad, and they might be the only kid in their class, or maybe several other kids that aren't going to have what they did the year before or any of that. And I hate to see that happen. So If you are able,
Yeah.
we're going to get the information to you guys, when it gets closer to time. And then if you are able, please take that into consideration this holiday season to do something good for someone else. It does a lot more for the world than you think. So
You better believe it.
it's a good thing to keep in
And
mind. Yeah.
you help one person, you help one child, you wouldn't believe how much goodwill that has. Uh, where I go a few days a week, I say that, I've told this to Angie many times, my wife and a lot of the people. I've had the opportunity on occasion to touch people that never saw it coming, and I think they took that away and passed that along. And all you got to do is touch one person. And if every one of us touches one person, it'd be a hell of a lot better world.
Right.
Unfortunately, we're in
Do
a
good for
situation right
someone
now
if you can.
we it isn't a matter of we want to do it; it's a matter we have to do it. And
Yes.
maybe that have to turns into a want to down the road. I hope so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Make us
so
all
anyway,
better people.
we have preached enough. I have preached enough.
Yep.
Um,
We're not going to keep you
I,
guys forever.
I didn't drop the F-bomb.
You did great, Dad. Look at
I
you.
did
I
good.
knew there
I
was
did
hope.
look.
There was hope.
There's hope. Wait till I hit the off the air button.
Oh boy.
But anyway, guys, thanks for coming out and listening to us rant for another hour. I know we said we were going to shorten this, but as you figured out already, we lied. I don't know. Once we
Yeah.
get going on something important like this, it's just hard to shut the hell up. But
Right.
try to do the things that we talked
We're getting
about.
there.
We'll post information. We'll have more information for you on Sunday. Hopefully, it will be completely, or not completely, but not
Right.
as necessary. No matter what the outcome of this shutdown and the impact on our fellow citizens, it still bodes that we do what we can to help people out. And we'll continue to bring that information to you to help you do that. So, anyway, thanks for coming out. Ange?
Thank you.
Ange says thank you.
Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Stick around. We like to talk a lot. It's a good time.
There's all them things that'll pop up at the end.
Subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a moment with us. You never know what's gonna happen around here. Make sure you like this video. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you're from. And let us know how you
Absolutely.
feel about this shutdown. Is it affecting you? Let's hear. We want to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
How
and
is
we'll
it
see you guys
affecting
on
you?
Sunday. Right. We'll see you Sunday. Probably around. Well, what do you think, Dad? 7 again,
Yeah,
or
7
no?
o'clock Central Time. You're Central, right? Still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
8 o'clock Eastern. 7 o'clock Central.
Okay.
Whatever
Sounds
it
like
is,
plan.
Mountain Time. Greenwich Mean Time is another time. I don't know. Y'all figure it out.
Right.
8 o'clock Eastern will be here. Maybe a little bit earlier. Who knows? Tonight we hit the button a few
Right,
minutes
you never
earlier
know.
because I felt the need to. And since I control the panel, my
Your
toys, my
rules.
rules. So, but anyway, we're done talking. You guys have a great evening. Thank you so much for coming out. Please subscribe. Please like. Please ring the bells. All the things Angie said. We appreciate
All
you for
those
coming
things.
out. And the final thought is, help somebody. God bless America.
God bless America. Night, guys.
Good night, folks.